All righty here. Let's get that going over there. All righty, all righty. All right. Wait for that to stop going past me. As they are doing some major work over here right now at the apartment I live at. So, all right then. All right, looks like they finished around here. All right, good. All right. Well, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? What is happening? Long time no see. Long time no talk. How is everybody doing? It is your boy, Craig Harris, the black man in the green chair, sitting here on an 83 degree day? Yeah, 83 degrees. It's nice outside. All right, shout out to everybody here. Big shout out to Sick Humor. I'm going to send him an invite here because I make a warped attempt to use my let's see here. There we go. What's up, Savage Uger? How you doing, brother? I know. Wait a minute here. Let me get this invite out to my man Sick. And what's going on, Guy Code 77? Shout out to all you all out there listening. So who you all think is going to win that game tonight? I'm just going to do some pompous talking here while this thing switches over from this screen to Twitter. I didn't think I was going to be able to do this podcast because my computer decided to update itself right at like 10:49, and it literally just got done like, I don't know, not even 15 minutes ago. So what is going to happen in there, ladies and gentlemen? What is going on? I'm literally, this computer for some reason is really, really slow. So it's just everything is taking that much longer on it. So Warriors will win tonight, you think? Okay, that's fine. I think it's at 8 o'clock. That's my I went out today and I got some wings, I got some ribs. So you know I'm gonna be ready. So something called Mr. Harris. What's going on? All right, this is taking incredibly too long. So let me try to just do it directly through. See here. This computer just updated itself, and I do not know. It's just not. Oh my goodness! It's Windows 10 just had a major update, and I am suffering for it, guys. I do apologize. So, all right, there's that. I have no idea how long it's going to take to get over there, though. That's part of the problem. So, but all right, then, what is happening, everybody, from the East Coast to the West Coast? Shout out to everybody. Big shout out to Porter Rock 77. He's going to try to do a 60 frames, no lag tomorrow, possibly. Hopefully, I'm able to get on there. Shout out to Next Gen 720. Now my entire screen just went. All right. What the hell's going on with this thing? All right, Windows 10 is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. So, all right. But shout out to Next Gen 720. Shout out to, Ryan the Professional. Carlos Fernandez, what's happening? J-Wags 70. My man J-Wags with arguably the best video of the year so far. Shout out to them. Shout out to Sick, J-Dub, City, the crew, Foxy Games UK. Big shout out to Foxy Games. Big shout out to Fatal Mephisto and One Stop for Gamers. Shout out to all those gentlemen. So I'm still waiting on this computer to go to Twitter. So that's how slow it is. So, because I'm trying to get sick on here. So to talk about some of the day's events, I got a few topics to run there, and I'll be here for about an hour. You know, keep Craig's Corner down to about an hour and 15 minutes is what I like to do. Then I got to go pick this girl up from work. Because her car is in the shop, so pick her up from work, drop her off to get her car, and she's gonna go and do some girl stuff at the mall. Whatever women do at the mall, that's what she's going to do. So, yeah, I am still waiting on this to go to Twitter. So, I do not know what's wrong with this thing. What is going on? Let me take that down. So, let me just try a direct link to Twitter. The Megaton new, yeah, we're gonna talk about that PS4 game announcement again. Yeah, they're doing one game a day, I guess, leading up to E3. So these are, I mean, again, this is why I said to everybody the other day, shout out to Ryan the Professional, and I was on there, and I think was King, I think King Thrash was on there, and this is why I said just wait. We'll wait and find out what it is, and then we can talk about it. But yeah, apparently it is a new Tetris game or a Tetris game coming out, and it's going to be for PSVR, and it's going to be, I guess, for regular PlayStation. I assume it's going to also be multi-plat. I assume it's going to be on that. Now, let's shout out to Matt's Gaming. He is reporting that Death Stranding by Kojima is going to be a multi-plat. It's going to go to PC as well. So great news, for you cats on the PlayStation. And again, remember what the deal was. It was the best deal for everybody this generation was the PlayStation and the PC. So, I mean, that's the only reason. Let me tell you all why I'm watching the oh, somebody's got something up here. Oh, shout out to Trey BK. He said free smoke available. All right, so here's Sick Humors. And I'm going to invite Sick. I'm going to try to if this thing works right. So, well, at least I thought it was working right. I'd much rather have Windows 7 than this piece of crap Windows 10. I mean, how can they make something more complex? Why are they making things so much harder than it has to be? I don't understand that. It's so here we go. So let me send that to him. All right. Literally, when I'm here talking, I'm literally trying to just send this. It's taken how long? Almost 6 minutes to do this. So, and the computer does not have any viruses in it. So now I can come back to the chat. All right. So yeah, but this is exactly why I always say to wait. Because the people who are anticipating it was going to be a major, they're not going to have any major announcements leading up to E3. Okay, they're just going to. Savage Sugar, is that Chinese you put up there? So is that Chinese? All right, I don't know what that is. So it looks good though. I need to learn what that is. So, but what's going on, everybody in the chat? Jamal Adams, what's happening? Mr. Jackson, Eric, is it Arazo? Hope I'm saying that right. What's happening? Yeah, I saw Arian. He got the Warriors winning. So yeah, this Windows 10 sucks. So that's all I can say. At least mine does. So it's not having much. Yeah. Well, I don't know why it's so damn like the way I had it streamlined was perfect for what I did. And then with this update, I had to go back in and re-streamline everything. What's up, Lincoln Clay? How you doing, brother? How you doing? How you doing, man? So it's Japanese. Cool. Oh, it says good morning. All right. Well, wow. It didn't say, yeah, I like that. Cool. Shout out to Savage Yuga getting his international. That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's an international podcast. So, and the people who are in Japan who are watching the podcast, they probably like, well, how can he didn't know? Tetris, what did somebody say? Tetris is not megaton news. All right. Well, I mean, I don't know if it is or not. I just know that's the game that was released. So, yeah, Death Stranding. Yeah, now the person that's going to be hurt by this is JTech, because he's for some reason got a hard on for people for games going to PC. Sony has already said their next market they want to try to get into is the PC market, and I'm sure Kojima that was probably part of the deal they made with him on this game. Like, I also want this game on PC. Now, when we see the game in E3, it won't be on PC. It will be on the PlayStation. It'll be on the base PlayStation. So that's part of the news line I got. Yeah, I agree with that, Savage. At 110%, I agree. So, I mean, there are going to be a lot of games that are not going to go to the PC from PlayStation. There's not, I mean, I'd say only about 30% of their games are going to go over to PC. So, but they are going to put games on PC. So, you know, you're looking Clay putting in that work. So Windows XP was the last good Windows. Yeah. Well, like, to me, Windows 7 was fine. Windows 7 was perfect. It was streamlined. I could move around it. And then this Win 10 came out. I'm like, what the hell is this crap? All right. I do have a question, though. I still don't know how to put this Star Wars game into 16:9 format for my TV. So, you know, I don't know when what's going on with that. But shout out to all the mods. But I still don't know how to do that. So, but yeah. So yeah. But that was the big PS4 announcement. So shout out to everybody that's excited. Who's excited for Tetris? I mean, if you have a PSVR, this may be a cool game. They see, but again, their announcement tomorrow. What's going on, Rooster W? That announcement tomorrow will be another PSVR game. Or what did they have tomorrow? Didn't they say that? Didn't they say they had a release date for some game? So we're gonna have to wait and see what that game is. And again, they're not gonna take 15, 20 minutes to announce a game. I don't even know why. Now, I'll just give you my opinion. They don't need 3 people up there for this. They could have just put that on their website and said, yeah, we're going to announce the game, and then maybe have a trailer on the website. So, you know, they're going to show Dreams in VR tomorrow. But I thought they said they were going to have a release date or something. So what do you all think that release date? You can't, it's restricted to 4.3. Man, that's trash, man. That is garbage. Plus, I don't know, have you seen these games from the original Xbox? They're all dark. I mean, again, and I've got a Samsung TV, you know, that has already, it's bright. You know, it's already got that artificial brightness on it. So, you know, so they're going to have a release date for Dreams tomorrow. Okay, that's fine. And again, it's good that they're getting these games out of the way. I mean, you see what I'm saying? Because, Tetris was very popular in the 80s. I know that. Everybody was playing Tetris. So you have to see the trailer for the game. All right, and can somebody explain to me, shout out to Sick Humor, this Sony commercial about them taking subtle shots at Microsoft. I watched that commercial, and I don't see any subtle shots at all. There was a big shot in Detroit Become Human where Todd turned on his TV and he had that black device sitting on top of his TV. And I'm like, oh my God, that's a Kinect. And he turned his TV on with it. I hit the floor laughing. I hit the floor laughing when that part happened. So, you know, I mean, that to me was unbelievable. But all right, so you're saying it's 4.3. But it's dark. I mean, why is it dark? I mean, that's what I don't understand. You know, can they not do something to brighten up the picture? You know, do I have to tell the Xbox to display the game in 1080p or 720p? I mean, because it is just dark, you know. Well, all these things that have been online about the stuff that's been leaked, like this has been leaked and that's been leaked, that's all false. That what you have seen, all these lists, whether it be the Sony list or the Microsoft list, that's all false. That is designed to get you to start talking about E3. Because nobody would be really talking about it if it wasn't for what? Those leaked lists. So I can just tell you right now, shout out to Jimmy B Gaming, because he reported it today too. A friend of mine who works at GameStop, I mean, he's a district manager of the region, not the regional manager. He's a district manager. He said that everything, he's seen the list of what everybody's supposed to have. Because as soon as they have their E3, like on Monday, GameStop already has the stuff ready to be pre-ordered, or however you want to put it. You can go in and reserve. They already have that list available. So he's supposed to show it to me Saturday. He's going to show it to me Saturday because we're all going out Saturday night. Well, provided I'm not in jail or dead or something like that. But we're all, like a whole bunch of us are going out Saturday night because we're going to go watch this Jurassic Park movie. So I'm exclusive to Xbox. Yeah. So, well, I'm just disappointed. Now, look, I'm going to play Knights of the Old Republic because that's the first game I ever played on my Xbox. The first game I bought, I went to GameStop in Hamburg, which is here in my city, not Hamburg, Germany. And the very first game I bought for it was Knights of the Old Republic. And I felt that old ghoul come out in me because I played Knights of the Old Republic yesterday for a good 4.5 to 5 hours. So I felt that old ghoul. So, you know, yeah. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, I don't care that this goes to PS4, or that it goes to PC. I'm building a PC, so it's not going to the. No, it is not going to go to Xbox. That is true. So, but remember what the Xbox community said: you will rule the day you don't put your games on the most powerful console. Which is, like I said, the all-time greatest line in the history of Twitter. That's all I can say. I mean, oh my God, that's hilarious. So, but what's going on, Skip Bayless? So I saw that comment. But so for me, it's bringing back some memories of being a Star Wars fan, hearing the lightsabers and all that kind of stuff. And I've constructed how many lightsabers? 3. I got the Bastila has the double-bladed yellow lightsaber. Of course, you can change her fencing. You can change her stone if you want to. I've got a blue one and a green one and a red one. I got 4 stones. So, and you can actually build the lightsaber that Kylo Ren has with that Firaxis stone in it. But that thing gets so hot, it'll hurt your character. So, you know, that's why it has vents on it, and he has a vent on the side, on each side, because it's to help it breathe. So you might do a double dip with Death Stranding. Well, could be. Yeah, we're going to get into that. I mean, I don't know why that's such a big deal that they possibly bought a gaming studio. I mean, you know, I just don't get it. But with that said, you had a lot of people like Robin Gaming, who's a big PlayStation guy. I mean, no diss on Robin Gaming. He used to be part of the Dream Team with One Stop and Fatal Mephisto. So shout out to him. But he was going ham and doing cartwheels when Sony opened up a new studio in Santa Monica, and he speculated they're making another Uncharted game. So I mean, again, and I'm not here to say that they're not, but what's good for the goose, good for the gator. Now, again, as far as Microsoft possibly buying a studio, I don't know why that's a big deal, because isn't Playground, all they make is Forza. So, and Forza is already only on the Xbox and on PC. So I don't see why it's such a big deal. But Matt's Gaming, shout out to him. He said that it shows that there's an investment in first-party studios. I'm like, it's one studio. I mean, but remember, I told you guys, and I've said on multiple podcasts that I got told by my source, and you know who my source is Lou Wafa, that Microsoft is going to announce they've got 2 or 3 studios that they're going to announce at E3. That's going to be some of their major E3 announcements. You know, when they're kind of at the end of E3 and they're just kind of doing that wrap up, they're going to say that how they're committed to first party IP, and they're going to bring out the leaders of each one of their studios, and they're going to all kind of go through what Microsoft is going to do 3 to 5 years down the road. Because ultimately their fans are retarded. I mean, let me get this right, okay? Their fanboys and fangirls are stupid because they don't want to go game on PC, which gives them the best versions of all multi-plat games. They want their Xbox to be a PC. And again, the reason why I like Horizon Zero Dawn more than I liked Detroit Become Human, which is my second favorite. Detroit is my second favorite game this generation. Okay, like I said, my first favorite game is without a doubt Horizon Zero Dawn. Can't nobody touch it. But the reason why it is Horizon Zero Dawn is because that game did the most damage within the Xbox community. Not God of War. God of War, yeah, I agree. God of War was them being in a coffin, and then somebody came around and boom, boom, boom. They nailed the coffin shut. But it was Aloy with Guerrilla Games, or Guerrilla Games with Aloy, that delivered that coffin and threw them in there. Because ever since Horizon hit, people in the Xbox community talking about the fanboys have been bitching ever since then. So I saw that, Thomas. That's pretty funny. So, but good evening to you. So, well, everybody should give a damn about Microsoft. I mean, I don't care if they bought a studio, but my understanding is that they've bought 3 studios. That's my understanding, is that they've actually bought 3 studios. They've got some marketing deals with, and you all know this, with Ubisoft, with Assassin's Creed. They've got a marketing deal with Anthem. And again, I need you all to go out and buy Anthem so that I can get me a Dragon Age game. And I am not buying Anthem. You know, it ain't happening. The only EA game I'm buying is Madden. I will buy Madden, but I am not buying Anthem. You all need to go buy Anthem. I need you all to do that. Do it for me. Just think of me when you're making that purchase. Say, I'm only doing this so that the Messiah of Xbox can get him a Dragon Age game. Then I'll go buy a Dragon Age. I'll buy 2 Dragon Age games and I'll give 1 away. That's what I'll do. See, I'm trying to be what's that word? I'm trying to be balanced here. So, but I need another Dragon Age game. Now, who do we have here? That's what I'll do. See, I'm trying to be. What's up, Sick?
Yo, what up, Craig? What up? What up? What up?
What's happening, boy? What's happening?
Oh man, just finished watching that. Anyway, just finished watching that nonsense PlayStation put out there, man.
Yeah, I don't know what people, but remember, this is why, like the other day, I was just saying everybody just needs to wait because it's not going to be a huge game. Because why would they announce a giant game on a Wednesday when there's very little? The press hasn't even arrived out there yet.
Well, you know what?
California, where they need to go.
It's not even expecting it to be something amazing, because I didn't expect it to be something amazing, but something like Tetris Effect, that could have just been a regular, hey, here's a YouTube video of a new game that we got coming out. They did not need to do some formal rollout like they were about to show something super great. Like no. That shit felt like Inside Xbox, bro. That's what that felt like.
Yeah, well, like I said, at least it only lasted like 5 minutes. So it was painful, but it wasn't that. It was only 5 minutes of pain. But I understand what you're saying.
You know what? It's not bad though, because honestly, I like Tetris. So
yeah,
I'm a fan of Tetris. I'm not a fan of how they rolled it out, how they rolled this particular game out. That's something that they didn't need to do. I mean, come on, dude. No. That was a waste of 15 minutes right there.
Oh, so it did last 15 minutes?
Yeah, it lasted about 15 minutes.
Well, the music was good. That's all. I'm not gonna buy it because it's a puzzle game.
I mean, I'll buy it. I'll buy it because I like Tetris. But dude, they did not need a rollout like this. Not like this, Greg. Not like this.
Yeah, I agree. I just thought it was something they could have put on their website and then had a trailer.
Exactly.
You know? And then maybe they had a VR demonstration like at E3, you know, when they do the floor, they'll show some stuff on the floor like on Wednesday and Thursday. Maybe show you some video of it on VR, what it would kind of look like. But I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I don't anticipate a whole lot for the whole week because again, the media that covers E3, they ain't even out there yet. No. I mean, they're not. Like all your major outlets are not there. They won't get there till Friday. And then Friday, hell, you know, that's a big party day. Everybody goes out and drinks and gets sauced on Friday. They recover on Saturday so that they can do their show Sunday. I mean, that's the way E3 is. So what's going on, Cycle Gamer? He said it was a 20-minute show. Why?
It wasn't no 20-minute show. I streamed the show, and it was 21 minutes when I finished, and I started the show early before the show itself even started. They showed the same fucking gameplay trailer. I mean, not gameplay, but they showed the same trailer for the game twice.
Yeah.
And talked about it for like maybe 5 or 10 minutes. That was it.
I'm about to say, what I saw when he said, well, let's just go ahead and roll it again. I'm like, oh, well, this is the end of it. But yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm glad there's a new game coming. If you have VR, here's another reason to go get VR. If you're a big Tetris person, that may move more units. Who knows, you know? But because Tetris was real popular back in the day. I mean, everybody was playing Tetris. Yeah. It's like what's that game called? Candy Crush. Maybe not as popular as Candy Crush, but it was kind of in that realm. So, what do you think about Death Stranding going to PC as well? You think J-Tech is going to be upset about this? He's going to have a video. He's going to have to take his Death Stranding.
That's not that new. When they first announced it, they announced that it was coming to PC.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
it's still a Sony-owned game, but it's going to PC.
Yeah. Which I was saying on here, I said, I'd say about 30% of their library will end up on PC, give or take, but a majority of their library will not be on PC.
Kojima's a big fan of PC. You know what I'm saying? So he has a big audience, a big fan base that's on PC. That's the reason why it's coming to PC at all, if it indeed does.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm fine with it. Yeah, I'm more interested in what that game's about than any other game.
Yeah.
So yeah, because he's been really good about kind of showing you the game without really showing you the game. He's a master at that. So, and
come on, you can have faith in what Kojima shows because Kojima has a track record of actually making really, really good games. If he was somebody who you didn't know it was up in the air whether or not it was going to be a good game, then I would indeed be worried. But I'm not worried about Kojima, man. He made a demo. He made a freaking demo that was better than a lot of games that actually release, which was that PT demo.
Yeah. That was a demo. Why is it called? I remember that. Yeah, why is it called? That was like before I got on YouTube.
I think they call it pre-teaser or something like that. I don't know. I might be wrong about that, but it was something about teaser. Something teaser.
Wow. So now there, shout out to Clip. Look, Mr. LeGrant saying it was 10 minutes. 10 minutes with the wait screen.
Yeah. It was really short. It was really short. Yeah. It was really short. But it was concise and it was to the point. But the thing is, it was Tetris.
Yeah. Well, tomorrow they're talking about somebody in the chat said an announcement or a release date for Dreams. So could be. I mean, if it is, don't be shocked. I mean, there's again for the people in the chat, there is zero media out in California right now for this event. I mean, there's people taking photographs because you've seen the side of the walls and stuff like that, but there's no major media presence. And like I said, they're probably on their way out there. They'll get all their shit set up Thursday. They'll go out partying Friday, recover Saturday, then they do their jobs on Sunday. So I mean, so you all should not expect anything big. You know, I'm sure it'll be nice. Somebody was like, maybe there'll be a SOCOM announcement. I'm like, there's going to be a SOCOM announcement. It won't be until the main show. You know, they make.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Shut OBJ the Don said them niggas showed us Tetris.
My sentiments exactly, OBJ the Don. My sentiments exactly. I said the exact same thing. Of all things that they could have came out and showed, and nobody's saying that Tetris is a bad game. So don't take it as if we're like saying disrespectfully that Tetris is a terrible game. No, Tetris is not a bad game. It just doesn't need its own reveal show in order to show it. I mean, they could have just popped the link, like you said, Craig, on their website, and then said, "Hey, check out this trailer." They could have did that. There was no need to have an actual formal show to introduce this. Not at all.
All right. Well, now that I'm in agreement with, right, 100%. I just think I would have put this on their website and then released it, and then there you go. Like they did that commercial, that commercial that everybody says take shots at Xbox, and I'm like, I still don't see it.
Dude, but I see it. I know which one you're talking about. You're talking about that play fearlessly or something like that, right?
Yeah, the one you showed. I'm like, all right, I watched it because you showed it on there, and I've watched it 3 times since then. I'm like, I don't see it. I mean, you know, what are they taking shots at? If they physically did what they did in Detroit Become Human, well, Todd turned on his TV with that cadet. That is a shot. I mean, or what Deadpool said to Cable about DC when he said, "Oh, you're so dark. Are you sure you're not from the DC universe?" I mean, those are shots, you know. So, but them running on the beach, I didn't see it. What is them running on the beach chasing birds got to do with Microsoft?
Man, so, it's a lot of subtleties in that video. Here's what you got to do yourself, Craig.
Okay. Break it down.
What other reason did they have to make that video? They didn't show any games, any gameplay, nothing.
That's true.
As a matter of fact, if you looked at that commercial, you wouldn't even know it was about a video game system at all whatsoever. There was nothing indicating in that video that it was about video games. So that was that trailer was clearly for the fans. And then look at the topic of conversation inside of that video.
Well, that's true. Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to get at. What were some of the subtle things that were in there? I mean, you're right. If you just look at it and there's no sound on, you would not have thought that was a commercial for a gaming system.
Nope.
Or a moniker of a gaming system. But I just didn't see the shot. I mean, maybe it's there. I got to look at it again. I'm like, wait, I mean, go like you all say, go behind the words. Hell, I tell people that go behind the words. I don't see it. I don't see it there. But I'm not knocking it. You know, I remember they said a monster was coming or something like that. But is that when they were saying the beast is coming?
Yep.
And you know, is that all right? Well, all right. That's a little bit of a stretch, but I got you. Yeah, I guess you can look at it because people were saying the beast is coming. All right, now I can look at it again. I might laugh.
You got to look at it some more because, like I said, Craig, what other reason was that commercial for? Why would there be a reason for them to make that commercial when they weren't advertising any games? There was nothing about gameplay in there. It was literally just them talking shit about how they defeat monsters, how, you know, you got some people stuck in the darkness, but they're the light. And come on, Craig.
All right.
It's there, bro.
All right, you know, they did say that too. Yeah, all right, you're right. It's stuck in the darkness. I guess the darkness is a metaphor for they ain't got no games, you know. All right, all right. It was pretty deep, then. All right,
It was very slick because it was one of it's like a battle rap, right? Where like Jay-Z, right? Jay-Z, when he disses people, he does it subliminally, meaning he's never mentioning their name. He just says things to the point where you know what he's talking about without him actually coming out and saying it. See, the difference between Microsoft and Sony is Microsoft will openly take shots because they're always on the defensive, where Sony is never on the defensive, so they don't have to openly take shots like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm looking at it like that. I mean, somebody said they bought an Xbox X exclusive Black Panther today. Great movie. Yeah, it's a great movie. Yeah, it's a great movie. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you bought it in 4K because it's the 4K version is exclusive to the Xbox.
Yo, whoever made that commercial, slick as a motherfucker, boy. They are slick.
I mean, now that I'm thinking about it, I guess. Now, had they shown the people on the beach chasing a chicken, well, that would have been funny. Or chasing a pig, that would have been a more subtle thing. They showed them running and showed a pig or on the side or something like that. That would have been funny to me. I would have like, oh my God.
But it was that would have been too direct. With that commercial, they could literally deny anything. They could deny that it's about anything other than, the subjective shit that they're saying. Right? Yeah. But when it comes,
because I didn't see it. I'm like, I don't see a shot at them at all. There's people running down the beach chasing birds. So the birds are a metaphor that you're just the Xbox X was just a dream they were chasing.
Could be. Could be. Listen, there's a lot of possibilities. The only thing that I'm doing is taking what I'm taking from it. But listen, I could be completely wrong. There might not be any shots fired whatsoever. I just might be thinking that it is. But again, like I said, what doesn't make sense to me is that you made a commercial about gaming with nothing to do with gaming. So if any random person sees this commercial, they have no idea what you're talking about.
Because I didn't. When I watched it, I'm like, what are they chasing? Why are they running down the beach for?
Shut up, buddy.
And it's like greatness awaits. I'm like, all right, well, what's that got to do with anything?
Yeah, but again, like you said, turn down the volume. Nobody knows what the fuck this is all about.
Yeah. I mean, I don't. Yeah, you're right about that. So I wonder what kind of PC I'll need to run Death Stranding on PC. Will I need that i7 and a 1080 Ti?
I don't know what you're gonna need for Death Stranding. I know Death Stranding is going to look amazing though, so it might be something where you need some really beefy specs in order to play it. But then again, I don't know, man. Kojima is good at optimizing stuff, so he might make it where you don't have to have like a super beefy rig and it might still look incredible. But again, that's just me going based off of what Kojima has done in the past. I mean, what he did with Metal Gear Solid back in the days had never been done.
Yeah. Well, like I said, what really a wow moment for me playing video games was it Metal Gear? Was it Solid? Where you had on the PlayStation? Was it the PlayStation 1?
Where you had to take your controller
out. Yeah. That to me, as far as that was incredible. It was kind of like, how did they even know that you had it on that? Well, I mean, they would know, but to say you had to change your joystick to fight it because he's doing. I'm like that alone was amazing. So
what I want to know is who figured that shit out.
Yeah,
I want to know who figured out that you needed to switch your controller port in order to beat that boss. Like that wouldn't be something that I would think of just randomly thinking of it. And back then there wasn't the internet like that. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, you had a few web pages and stuff out there, but nothing like what we have now where everything is so easily accessible.
Yeah. Well, again, for when I was playing it, the game popped up. The person on the side of the screen said you're going to have to unplug your joystick and or unplug your controller and plug it into the other side. Therefore, he can't anticipate what you're doing. I'm like, wait a minute. Did they just tell me to unplug this? I'm kind of like, all right, let me make, and it worked. I'm like, Wow. Yeah, but I understand when they were developing that scene, that whoever thought of that should have gotten like the job or whatever. Just give that person whatever. It's like the Forza the Hot Wheels thing on Xbox. Whoever sat down and said, "Hey, why don't we put Hot Wheel tracks on here and let people go around a Hot Wheel track?" I'm like, whoever did that should just be in charge because that was genius. Now it's still too damn expensive for the DLC. A year and a half, 2 years out, they still want too damn much money, like $20. They gotta. I mean, hopefully when they do their sales starting Friday, that goes down in price so that I can go ahead and get it.
Yeah, I mean that's their premium content, though. That's their premium content. If you notice, Forza Horizon 3, Forza Motorsport 7, Ori and the Blind Forest, none of their Cuphead, none of their true premium stuff that really did well is like on Game Pass and stuff like that. So that's of course that ain't gonna go down in price, but like you said, with that sale that they have, that sale that they're gonna have going, it might go down, just a tad bit.
Yeah. Yeah, if it drops to $10, I'll buy it because I'm like, well, I'll drive these tracks for $10 because it actually has the Hot Wheel cars on there.
Right,
it's like you can drive your own car. You can just pick one of these Hot Wheel cars. Like, yeah, I want that. I remember I want that Hot Wheel minivan car.
He said Hot Wheel minivan.
Well, it was called minivan in the '70s. It was called a van. Yeah. And it was a van, and I want that van, and I want to drive that van and do the loops. Because when I had a Hot Wheel track, I had a van, and that's what it did. So I think that was just cool as hell. So they just got to get it fixed where Microsoft will let you stream on YouTube because I don't want to stream on something called Twitch. Me as a black man, I can't stream on nothing this fast like that. I can't do it. So, but yeah, they got to fix it. That's all I can say to Microsoft. Y'all need to fix it.
What about Mixer? Mixer.
Well, Mixer, yeah, that's fine, but nobody watches me on Mixer.
Okay. Gotcha.
I'll stream on Mixer and like nobody watches. I'm like, man, I take it back. When we did that Sea of Thieves and I streamed that on Mixer, there were people watching. When we all did that, I think I had like 16 people watching. So, but yeah, I streamed my Mass Effect on Mixer. Ain't nobody there. I streamed Knights of the Old Republic on Mixer. Ain't nobody there. It's just kind of like people keep saying this. Everybody's always online with this, and you look and people are watching Netflix and Hulu and all this kind of playing music. The one thing they're not doing is playing games. And I've never try to tell the Xbox guys that look, all that stuff that you're doing app wise, that should be on your smart TV. Mm-hmm. So why would I stream Netflix through my Xbox when I can do it on my smart TV? Or Hulu, when you do on your smart TV. So, but it's a dead issue now because the 4 was greater than 6. We know that now. So,
Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse?
Yeah, I saw that. I did see that.
What is
that? That's
the
movie that's coming out. The new movie with Miles Morales, Spider-Gwen, and it's got Peter Parker in there too. But it's the animated thing. And I found it interesting that when you all watch that preview, forget the cartoon. Before that, when that preview, before it drops into it, what does it say? It says Columbia, and then it says Sony. So this is for all you sacks of sap who still think Marvel owns that character. They don't. They don't even own the animated characters. Miles Morales is a Sony guy. Okay, Sony owns that too. So that's for the people who were just bitching and moaning who didn't know that Sony owned it. They thought, oh no, well Marvel still owns. No, they don't. They don't own nothing with Spider-Man on it. They have a interest in it, but they don't run it. So that is it.
Hush, buddy.
What's up, old dog? So. They cashing out on Spider-Man. Well, they had been wanting to do the Spider-Verse thing for like 3 years. So that was the plan after the movie with the Amazing Spider-Man 2. They were going to do a Spider-Verse movie. It was going to be live though, but the Amazing Spider-Man 2 was garbage. I mean, it was garbage, So didn't make the money they thought. So then the Sony leaks happened. they started losing a lot of money. They signed their deal with Marvel. Everything's stabilized now. So, yes, Columbia Pictures is Sony. I know that. Yeah, that's their distributing company. They distribute through them. So, yeah. But Sick, let's talk about that. We talked about Tetris. So anybody in the chat, are you excited? Corey Massey said he's excited for it. So it's going to be something called LIT. LIT is Long Island Iced Tea. So,
I'm not. Wow, I never even thought about that. That's crazy. No, but I'm not really excited for it. I mean, it's cool that it's coming, but I mean, I'm not jumping up and down screaming like, oh my God, I couldn't believe Tetris is, it's Tetris. In VR.
Now somebody said, do they own the Venom movie? Yes, they own everything. The Venom character, the Kingpin character, which technically is shared because he's more Daredevil's enemy than Spider-Man's enemy, but they're sharing that. They're in a shared arrangement, So it's kind of like because Kingpin is going to be on the Daredevil season 3, So it is what it is. Kingpin, yeah, he's been in all 3, the first 2 seasons.
Sony owns Daredevil?
No, Sony does not. Marvel owns Daredevil.
Oh, okay.
Marvel just got the rights back to Daredevil, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, and Iron Fist. That's why, they got those rights back on a Tuesday, and then on Friday they announced they were going to do movies with them on Netflix.
Oh, is that why Netflix moved them? I mean, Netflix removed them or something like that?
Nah, this Marvel put them on Netflix because they part of their deal to get them back was they had to make movies, which technically Netflix it's a long drawn out movie. So those series on Netflix. So and again, the company that had bought them from Marvel gets a percentage of that. So it's not that those companies don't have any money invested. They just don't have any controlling interest, except for them to follow through on the contract that says, hey, look, you're supposed to do this many, at least 1 season of Daredevil, because that's all they did. They just signed them for 1 season.
Right. Okay.
And then it was popular, so here comes Daredevil season 2. Then they did Jessica Jones season 2. Luke Cage starts in a week or 2 on Netflix, like the 20th or something. It's something like that. So, and then they're filming Iron Fist right now, which I thought Iron Fist was garbage.
Did you? I thought that was out of all of those shows, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage. That's the one that I actually like the most, the Iron Fist joint.
Yeah, and it's got a loyal audience too.
But people told me that the reason why it's bad is because the guy that they used for the Iron Fist guy was actually supposed to be like Japanese or Asian or something like that. And it just kind of didn't translate well with the guy who played.
Yeah, well, I just didn't think the guy could act. I mean, you could kind of tell that they were cutting back on the budget.
Mm-hmm.
But whoever wrote it was just stupid. They made him he was still a 7-year-old kid. Like he had all these powers, but he was had the mind of a 7-year-old. So, but that's kind of the way but it was just, all right, it's cool. It's coming back. That's the main thing. All right, so what do you think about Microsoft buying game studios for their actual gaming devices?
I'm going to tell you how I feel about that right now, Craig, because you're talking about that acquisition for Playgrounds, right?
If it's accurate, yeah.
Okay, all right. So how I feel about that is the same way I would feel if Sony announced today that they bought Quantic Dreams.
Oh,
now I say that to say this. It's almost understood at this point that they pretty much own Playground Games. They have been getting things exclusively from Playground Games for the last, 3 Forza Horizons and shit. So to be honest with you, most people figured that they owned them already. It's coming as a surprise. Like, damn, they didn't own them already? Shit.
Yeah, that's true. That's a very good point.
Somebody got mad at me because I made that I made it known. I'm like, dude, this is not an exciting announcement because we already pretty much understood that Playground Games was never making games for anybody other than Microsoft. That's kind of understood. We figured that. We figured, because what else do we know of Playgrounds making? We don't know of them making anything else. At least I don't anyway. Y'all might know something else they make, but I don't.
Yeah, they may make they may be making a Fable game, which again, at least when I played the 3 Fable games I played, that was on the 360. I think all the Fable games on the 360. So, I mean, maybe they were multi-plat games, but I played them on 360.
No, they weren't they were multi-plat in the sense that they were on PC as well, but I mean, for the majority of the most part, it was PC. I mean, Xbox.
Yeah, and none of them did exactly what they were supposed to do. Like Fable 1 was trash. Fable 2 was just okay. Fable 3 I actually liked, but because you got to overthrow the king, and then after you overthrew the king, you got to make decisions for the kingdom. That was actually different. That had never been done before.
Right.
So I actually like that aspect of it. But yeah. But overall, they've never gotten that game right. According to the person that did it, you know, he was like, he can't really get it to do, not technically, just in a writing style. But the games always looked good. But
now you know what would have surprised me though? What would have surprised me if they would have bought a studio that nobody ever heard of?
Yeah.
And then said, hey, we got this new game coming out. That would have surprised me. I'd have been like, oh shit, okay, so now they getting on the ball. But I mean, come on.
Well, I heard that that's what they've done, that they have bought they bought Playground Studios to kind of be the Trojan horse studio, because they're already making games for them, like you said, pretty much exclusively to their platform. And then they're going to announce a minimum of 2 more studios that they're doing ground up. That's what I got. A friend of mine that works at GameStop, he's a district manager. And because he said that all the stuff because he's the one that told me that all this stuff we've heard, the E3 leaks, it's all fake. Because they've got the real list. He said, because think about it. I said, how do I know you got the real list? And he said, okay, he said, use deductive reasoning. On Monday, which Microsoft's press conference is on a Sunday, right? Well, on Monday, the games that they show are going to go, that are coming out in the fall, they're going to be for pre-order, or whatever you want to call it, reserve them, you know. So he said, I've seen their list. You know, he said, and I'll just simply tell you that these E3 lists that have leaked are fake. That's all he told me. He said the only games that he will tell me that are there are the ones that have been confirmed by Microsoft. So Forza pretty much been confirmed that there's going to be a Forza game. The Ori game will be there, been confirmed. I mean, because Microsoft isn't pushing back on these announcements, just like Sony. Sony doesn't push back on announcements anyway, but Microsoft is really good as far as they're good at telling you what they're not going to have. We all know that. So, but that's what I got told, is that these were all fake. You know, it was just done to get people to start talking about E3. Now, granted, I know what people are going to say. The Xbox have been talking about E3 for 7 months.
No, they've been talking about E3 since 2014.
Yeah, since 2014.
Since 2014, that's all they've been talking about, E3. They damn sure ain't been talking about no games.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm sure the games will come, because I think a lot of people got to realize that they really get a hard on for these multi-plat games. I mean, I was listening to an Xbox podcast the other day, and all you heard about, Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Is that what it's called? Shadow of Tomb Raider, and the possible new Assassin's Creed game. Like, well, we know that Red Dead Redemption. Well, we know it's going to look and run better on the Xbox. So I was like, but it's going to sell better on the PlayStation. You almost want to throw water at them and say, you do know what it looks like is not translating into where it's selling the best.
Right.
I mean, you can have a restaurant in the nicest part of town, but if everybody's going to the hood to get their ribs and fish, it don't matter, So we got a donut real quick. We got a donut place here in my city. We got everything here. Dunkin' Donuts is here. Krispy Kreme is here. So all your favorites are here. Your franchises are here. There's a little place in the hood that this guy still uses lard to make his donuts, and they open at 3:00 in the morning. And you would think nobody would be there because it's 3 a.m. Oh no, that place, they are lined up outside. And the dude don't take credit card. He don't take checks. He don't take, debit. He is straight cash, homie, for his donut. So, but yeah. But go on, brother. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead so them buying their
that's all good.
What do you think?
I think it's always good for them to buy studios. I mean, I'll be streaming I'll be streaming the Xbox E3 because I want to see what games are coming to PC. So, that's a good way to find out. That's a good way to kind of see, what Xbox games are coming to PC, and which Game Pass games will be, coming to PC. So, I think it's a good thing. I think they should buy a lot more studios. They bought something called GitHub.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not quite sure what that is, but I do know that it has something to do with programming or something like that. I don't know. Some type of development tool. So maybe they're doubling down on some stuff. I don't know. Because I don't know what GitHub is, and I don't know what the relevance of them buying that is. But they have a strategy. They have some sort of a strategy.
Well, my favorite thing on all these people, and I want to ask you this, because I think you may have talked about this the other day. When Matt Booty came out, and let me ask you this, why did so many people take what Matt Booty said two different ways? When you can go back and see when Phil Spencer was on, I don't know if he was on CNBC or Bloomberg News, business news, and he said Xbox is important, but it's not the priority. So what difference does it make what Matt Booty says? You're not a priority. It's not that you're not important, okay? But because you are important, but you're not the priority, okay?
Well, Phil Spencer said it as well when he went on CNN Business, Money Life, or some shit like that. Yeah. He said the same thing. He's like, the box is not important. He was like, where people play, he's like, as long as they're enjoying the services, or as long as they're buying the services, that's what it's all about. And Matt Booty is only further confirming that. Now, they should have understood where Microsoft was going when they hired Matt Booty, because Matt Booty has only really truly been known for Minecraft. And what is Minecraft? A service-based game. So they hired somebody. They told you that they wanted to go the route of service-based games before. Then they hired somebody who makes service-based games, and now you expected him to do something other than give you service-based games? All right, cool.
Yeah, which again, I think they will have some single-player games, but it won't be their priority.
Nope, it'll be service-based games.
Yeah, they'll be service-based, like State of Decay, and like I said, my favorite. I just want to drive on that Hot Wheel track. I mean, that's it. I mean, y'all need to hook a brother up on the PayPal, But I think their days of play, whatever you all want to call it, because they're having a big sale too. Shout out to Randy Outdoor, because it was Xbox Live was going to be $1. I mean, I don't know if that's true, but if that's true, I may sign up for one more month because I can afford $1. Game Pass is supposed to be $1. And again, I can afford that. Even if I had to I'll call Xbox and talk to one of those volunteers. I'm sorry, ambassadors, okay? and
I just thought about what you said. You can go call and talk to one of them.
Well, because I'll say, look, if I can get it for $1, I'll keep it. But if it's going to cost me another whatever I'm paying, $6.99. And shout out to you, Sick, for the code. Because the code runs out. Matter of fact, I think the code runs out tomorrow. But
that was so long ago, bro. You got to thank me for that, dog. That's nothing, man.
I mean, it is what it is. I'm humble and grateful because you didn't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? You could have done that. No problem. Yes, I appreciate it. I just wanted you to know that. But if I can do it for $1, I mean, that's good. I mean, I can't go get a fruit pie for $1. One of those Hostess fruit pies costs $1.03. I get 1 month alive, So I'm looking to do that, So, but yeah, I do want to play that Hot Wheels track because I'll play that for a while, Right. So I'll jump like you're inside the car. I don't know if you have the X button or whatever it is. We know it ain't real. Forza's driving physics are straight trash. I do not know why you are comparing yourselves to Gran Turismo when I was just watching the Gran Turismo. They did their Le Mans, and they had like a play-by-play, like you were watching a real race, and so the cars were pitting, and actually in the pits there were people, not no cracking and whacking in the pit on Forza. That's what I don't understand. Now, I know what you're going to say, and again, and they would be right. Well, Forza's got water, it's got weather effect, and you're right. You are right. It has rain, but the driving game with the best weather effect is Project Cars 2.
Yeah, and Drive Club. That's Drive Club all the way.
Yeah, and Project Cars 2, because if you're driving in the mountains, it takes in effect your car will be somewhat lighter. It takes in effect the barometric tires. All that is part of weather. So that's why y'all got to get the F out of here when you talk to me about this stuff. I am the Messiah for a reason. Okay, because I'm like, if you're going to talk about weather, then let's talk about weather. Now, and like I said, you got 3 racing games, and Gran Turismo is your best racing game, okay, as far as the simulation of the physics, whereas that Forza is you just drive around. Don't get me wrong, it's fun because I played it. I played Forza 3 or whatever, Horizon 3 in 4K, which still looks about the same to me. I don't know what the big deal is. So
shoveling shit might be fun for a few minutes too.
Yeah, and the same people, I try to get people to play on Forza, and they were like, it's old. Nobody plays it anymore. We don't play it anymore. Then they got that patch, whatever it was, their update, and they all were trying to say, well, let's go play it now. Like, you the same mofos that said it was old.
Now they left Forza Horizon 3 to die, bro. They went back to see it in 4K. I'm like, what the fuck? Really? That's the only reason why you went back? All right, cool.
Yeah. Man, I think gotta go change the Freon in my air conditioning because it feels like it's gone. But yeah, I don't get those people. But hey, look, they were in my T'Challa voice. You were wrong about everything. So, they weren't right about nothing. First, it was the only reason why, Sony outsold the Xbox because of the whole 1080p and resolution gate. Yeah, here the Xbox X is about to get a price drop in 48 hours, allegedly, because it's selling so well and it's the most powerful. So, again, get the F out of here. You were wrong about that, But, what can you do with a bunch of simps? So, all right, but what do you think about Nier Automata, who I think is made by Platinum Games, selling? They reported that they sold over 3 million. So, what do you think about that?
I think that's fantastic. Give or take what was actually happening at that time. We had no idea that they were going through the hardships that they were as a developer because of the whole scale-bound thing, and Microsoft, which I feel was very unprofessional in the matter, right? Mm-hmm. Instead of Microsoft coming out and rebuttaling all of the nonsense that people were saying, because they jump in each and every conversation when they think that is something that's damaging to Microsoft themselves, but they literally were ready to let Platinum die. Yeah. They literally were ready to let Platinum die. Now, their whole reasoning behind it was, and this is just what people was coming out saying that Platinum was stealing money from them, yada, 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 and using the money to fund other projects. Now, here's the problem with that thought, right? Here's the problem with that thought. How in the hell does that make sense? As a company, as a business, if somebody's stealing money from you, what happens when somebody steals money from you? They would either A, sue them, or they would either B, of course, they would get law involved. You know what I'm saying? So none of those happened. So what the hell? How in the hell are you going to sit up here and say that they were using money to fund other people's projects? First of all, who found out about that? Yeah. And if they did find out about that, right? Who actually told a commoner to spread that rumor? So it makes me feel like they were very aware of what was being said, and they at no point came out to try and stop or debunk the rumors or say, even say some PR shit like, we have no issues with Platinum, and they're a good development team. We just felt like we were gonna part ways. Some of that old PC shit that
yeah,
companies do.
That marketing PR stuff. So
yeah. So why did they not come out and say that? I mean, come on, dog.
Yeah. So again, in the buttery simps that were saying that they stole the money, I just think they were damage controlling for it because it got canceled. They wanted to say, well, it wasn't Microsoft's fault. You're 100% right. So for you cats in the chat, if you ever hear people saying, well, they were stealing money, you say, okay, well, where's the police report that got filed with the SEC? That's the Security and Exchange Commission, folks, not the Southeastern Conference of Football and Basketball, okay? That's it. That's where you all got to start going. It's that whole stuff that happened with, like I said, with Jabba Dahad about he had an inside source at AMD telling him they were going to have the Ryzen chip in the Xbox. Well, if that were true, they would have locked him up for insider trading. Okay? So that was a lie from the beginning. Why was he lying? Well, because he was caping for Microsoft. I would have more respect for people. And they just came out and said, you know what? I'm caping for Microsoft because I don't want them to go away, because I want to come home and go on play online with my friends. I don't know why they just won't say that, but they won't do it. So, so I don't respect them. So I do not respect them, I
thought all of it was stupid, man, to be honest with you. And I thought, see, my thing is, I cannot go around saying something that I know is untrue. You know what I'm saying? The difference between me and those people is that they know what they're saying is untrue. They know what they're saying is untrue. The thing is, it fits a narrative that they're trying to push. So they keep on with it. And the thing is, I couldn't knowingly do that. But then again, I guess I'm a different type of person in general. You know what I'm saying? Because I also don't pray to the Xbox, as my savior and Lord. I just don't. But to be honest with you, when it comes to Platinum, I think they did a very good job on their Automata. If you ever played it, it's a very, very good. It's a very good action game, man. I mean, I enjoyed it, and I like the different perspectives that you play from. You're either down on the ground, you're either in this spaceship, flying around, or it's a lot going on in that game. It's really, really good, really, really good game.
Yeah, because they've Corey, that was 2024. Yeah, you're correct. And all right, I saw it now because I know they signed a 10-year deal with them in 2014. So
wait, who?
EA signing for the NFL license. It's like with Sony signing MLB The Show. I think that's through 27. I think it's through 2027. So because they re-upped that deal, I think in 15 or 16. So
I was gonna say, because they've been doing MLB The Show for years, like since like the PS2 era or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, they bought. Yeah, it wasn't called The Show though back then. I forgot what it was called. I think it changed to The Show in PS3. Which one of the reasons I bought my PS4 was to play MLB because I didn't care about Infamous. Even though I thought Infamous Second Son, I was very impressed with that. Very, 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 very impressed with that. So, but I bought it for MLB The Show. I remember when I got that in 2014. I was excited. I played the hell out of that. So, but yeah, that's I still can't believe that though. They showed Tetris. So
I mean, hey, Tetris is where it's at, man. Like, how could you not want to play Tetris in 2018?
Yeah.
So we got Tetris on the PlayStation. We got Microsoft buying a studio that everybody thought they owned anyway, and then.
This is the surprise. Do you think Tetris will also go to the Switch? To me, that's weird.
Everywhere because they didn't say that it was exclusive. They just said it was coming in the fall.
Yeah, and I guess it's exclusive to VR. I guess that's what makes it exclusive. So
because it might be on the Oculus or the Vive.
Yeah,
which
should sell. Will help them sell stuff. I mean, it very well could. And again, the days at play, I think that's what they call it. Shout out! I did get that XCOM 2. I think a lot of people in the was watching me stream yesterday. Yeah, you all were right. At 3:00 in the afternoon Eastern time, the XCOM 2, I was able to get that for free. Nada. Ain't gonna pay. And I suggest everybody. I may stream that later on, at least the first hour or two of it. So
I got to download that. I've seen it up there, but I got to download it.
Yeah,
NFL 2K need to come back, man. NFL 2K was a much better football game than Madden. I mean, Game Day was a good game too. I don't know if y'all remember that. Game Day was really
Game Day was good. The presentation was better than Madden, but you see what Madden did. They basically made their presentation more like Game Day, and they're doing their stats now like 2K. That's what they've done but yeah, I agree with the 2K thing. 2K05 was way better than Madden 05, which sucked because I think that was the one with which was the version that had I can see his face, Donovan McNabb. I think Donovan McNabb was on the cover. Whichever version of Madden that was, 2K ran circles around it. And that's what it did, and then that's when EA went out and got that license. But y'all can't hate on EA because I know y'all got to go get that Anthem so that I can get my Dragon Age game. So, because y'all don't sleep because I'm not buying Anthem. So.
Wait, what is your gripes with Anthem? Because I've heard you saying that for a while, but why are you not getting Anthem?
I'm not buying another EA game again unless it's Madden. I will buy Madden. Okay.
Okay.
But after what they did to Mass Effect. I am not gonna. They destroyed Mass Effect, so which technically I blame BioWare for that more, but ultimately it was EA switching to the Frost because Matt Walters has finally come out saying that because they switched us to the Frostbite engine, the team that they had was used to working on the Unreal engine, they couldn't translate that over to the combat stuff they got immediately. They said they figured the combat system out within the first 3 months, but ultimately they didn't greenlight Mass Effect Andromeda to after EA Play when they had the Ghost Riders in the Sky trailer, and that's then EA allegedly called them and said, "Yeah, go ahead and do the game. You got 16 months to make this game." So and it was just like, well, that ain't And they did not, they being BioWare, because EA does everything on Frostbite now. I mean, everything is on Frostbite, even Madden, FIFA. Well, I don't know about FIFA, but I know Madden, Anthem will be on the Frostbite, the Battlefield 5, which I know some of these sexist assholes aren't buying, and that will be on Frostbite as well. So
wait, let me ask you a question, Greg. Mm-hmm. Because I've been having a debate over this as well, right?
Right.
So Rockstar with their Red Dead Redemption, their collector's edition that comes out with everything except for the game.
Yeah, trash.
What the hell is going on? Here's the big question that I have, right? Who in the hell is buying these games or these collector's editions with no games? Who there has to be somebody buying this for them to even think that they can pull this off. This is not just a random thing. This has to be something that they think that they can get away with. Me personally, I'm not really interested in Red Dead Redemption at all because I went back and I played the original Red Dead Redemption. And the one thing that I could say about that game is it is boring as all fuck. I'm sorry. That game is boring as shit. There is no way in hell I'm buying that game day one. Not a chance. Not a chance.
Yeah. Well, I can't, and I don't blame you. I don't even think it made my top 10 list of games to get. Spider-Man for me will probably be the last brand new game I get because that'll be Madden in August, and then Spider-Man. When is Spider-Man is it September?
September. Yeah.
Yeah. So that'll be it now. Code Vein. I will probably end up picking up Code Vein. I would buy Code Vein before I played Red Dead. But that's nothing but Red Dead's got a loyal following. People love that character. And, so I
don't think so, Craig. I don't really think so. You know what I think? I think it's that hive mind mentality. That hive mind mentality where people gather around the game and hype it up, and then close to release, they don't go buy it. I think that's what it is. And I think that's exactly what's going to happen with this. Because what I was telling people earlier in the stream that I did is that GTA was so successful because people vicariously live through those characters that they create. You know what I mean? They can go and buy luxurious cars, yachts, freaking boats, trains, houses, all this shit. And that's what they're, that's how people are nowadays, because people respect the money. They don't respect, actual talent anymore. They respect the money. And that's just that's how I'm looking at this. But what I'm saying is, how does that translate to Red Dead Redemption? Because Red Dead Redemption is pretty much in the fucking past. You know what I mean? I mean, what are you going to buy, some stagecoaches? I don't know. I mean, what are you going to buy, a wooden cabin? I don't know what. I don't know what you're going to be able to do in this game. But that's the only reason why Grand Theft Auto lasted as long as it did, because you were able to add different stuff. They were able to add different elements to the game. Whereas what would they really add to Red Dead Redemption?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I just I don't know what else they can do. I played Red Dead. I thought as far as the way the game looked, with the way especially when the storms rolled in, I've been out on the plains, and that's the way it looks, because there are no mountains to slow this shit down. It just happens. It ain't like it is on the coast when you can kind of look and see the storm coming. You wake up and you go outside to go get something, and it's nice outside, and you come out in the store and it's pouring. I'm like, where'd this shit come from? It just hits, But so that aspect of it, rolling thunderstorms and stuff like that, I thought that was cool. I thought they really did a good job graphically with it. But yeah, it was just, you would go and get a bounty, and then you either go kill the person or bring them back on a horse, which I don't know how the person didn't fall off because they were just strapped down. So, but yeah, I agree with you. It was okay. I like that LA noir that they did better than I did Red Dead.
I really love that game. That game was really, really good. The cases were actually interesting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes you have those detective games like Sherlock Holmes where the cases, you don't even really care about them. But in LA Noire, you actually cared for the cases.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I don't know why. Yeah. I enjoyed that, but I never finished it because of the that place that was similar to their version of the Cotton Club. I can never figure that crime out. I couldn't do it. But they were in Los Angeles, but they had like a club that was similar to the Cotton Club. But I couldn't figure out that case. So shout out to everybody that beat it and beat that case. So I'm sure somebody's gonna say the Butler did it. So all right, the people in the chat talking about Battlefield 5. The person with the prosthetic arm. No, I mean, it's a video game. It's not going to be a representation of World War II. If you want that, why don't you watch the History Channel and just type in World War II, and then you can actually see what happened in World War II instead of trying to live vicariously through a video game character. It's a video game, for Christ's sake.
Right?
I mean, it just is. It is. I had to tell them they probably didn't even know about the Tuskegee Airmen in World War II because it's not a video game. And how the white guys were so afraid when they had to start bombing Berlin. Who did they request? The Tuskegee Airmen, because they never lost a plane. And I'm not talking about their own planes. They never lost a bomber over Berlin. And I bet you all didn't know that either, because it's not in the video game. You all have got to start reading books, learn, and you all got all this information on your fingertips and you don't use it.
You know what, though? It's a hive mind mentality, man. All those people who hated that video came from somebody else's video. I can guarantee you. These bigger YouTubers watched the video and started talking shit about it, and they're minions, they're followers. You know what I'm saying? I've never gone to somebody's video because somebody told me to go to a video and dislike it. I've never once done that. Why? Because you're not going to tell me to go and dislike some shit. If I dislike it, I'll dislike it on my own. I'm not going to dislike it because you tell me to dislike it. But I mean, when you ask people why are they so pissed off about this game, Craig, you get the same idiot answers all the time. They're trying to push this agenda. What agenda? What agenda are they pushing? I know, dude, I be telling people right now, dude, I know some females in real life that will slap the fuck out of these niggas. Like, real talk. Like, they will beat the shit out of them, dog. Like, for some reason, these overzealous male egos, they feel like women are these victims, dog. They're not fucking victims, dog. They have been out of the kitchen for quite some time. I'm just letting you know this. And like, you got women out here in the workforce. Tell me this. Why every freaking restaurant I go to got a woman manager, bruh?
Yeah.
Most businesses that you go to got female management, females in high management positions, right? So much so to the point where these dudes aren't even in as many management positions as these women. If you ask me, some of these women work harder than you dudes. Clearly. Because look at the position that they're in life. I mean, they've already successfully, listen, women have already successfully outnumbered men as far as college graduates go. So that means they have more determination, more dedication. But for some reason, you think they wouldn't or couldn't have been in a freaking war back in the days? How hard is it to pick up a gun and shoot somebody? We're not talking about them going fist to fist combat with dudes. We're talking about they're sitting at a distance, sniping people, shooting people. How does this sound? How does this sound weird?
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, it may say based on true historical events. So that may mean that your mission may start at 0700. That may be the only thing that's historically accurate. It's just like what I tell you all when you buy TVs. They say, well, it has 120 refresh rate. It only has 60, but maybe one time in 1 minute, at one point, it hit 120, and so they can tell you it did 120. But the U.S. grid, the grid that our TVs sit on, are only 60. So it's just like, so are you being told a lie about your TV being 120 refresh? No. They're just doing a sleight of hand. And it says, you all don't know that. I don't understand this. Do you really think the Zero Dark 30 raid where they killed bin Laden, and you saw the movie, do you really think it went down like that? Think it took them 10 minutes to raid that house, or did it take them an hour and a half? Because according to the Navy SEAL that was actually there, he said we were on site for an hour and a half. So somebody's not telling you the truth. Either the Navy SEAL that actually pulled the trigger is lying to you, or the person that did this movie, Catherine Bigelow, is not telling you an accurate event. She's just basing on what you saw on a historic event. That's it. That's it. The movie Pearl Harbor was bombed for 5.5 hours by the Japanese. The movie only shows you 22 minutes of bombing. So somebody's lying. If you all don't know that, if you think it only took the Japanese 20 minutes to sink the Pacific Fleet, then you're an idiot. Seriously, you're an idiot. So stop depending on television to teach you something. Yes, are there people out on World War II battlefields with prosthetics? Probably not. But I mean, sick, is it me, or can we as gamers, do we get to create our own characters on this Battlefield game?
Probably.
Don't
not
they
100% sure, but maybe.
Yeah, well, Carlton LeGrand, Red Tails was garbage. It was garbage. I saw it. It was straight trash. You need to watch the one that came on HBO. If you just want to watch a movie, it's called The Tuskegee Airmen. I mean, it's got a ton of stars in there. A ton of stars in there. So it was straight trash, though. I mean, but that one you talk about, Red Tails, that was done by George Lucas. And let me tell you how much racism George Lucas of Star Wars fame ran into. He was told, quote, "We don't know how to market this film." This is the same guy that brought you Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker, and they're telling him now, we don't know how to market the film. That's what I'm saying. That's a bigger story than Battlefield 5. Why don't you all go find out about that? Because that's actually something that really happened. It's not, I mean, you're right, Sick. They're hiding behind this bullshit of it's not historically accurate. Look, the same dudes complain when they had a black person on the cover of Battlefield 1. And they were, oh, that's not historically accurate because they're like, yeah, I mean, look, why do you think the United States is undefeated in wars? Because brothers are doing the fighting. All right, that's why. Which wars did you lose? Well, you tied in Korea, where there were a lot of black people serving, but in Vietnam, when the service thing of black folks dropped down, the Vietnamese kicked your ass up and down the whole, up and down the jungle. And yes, and so it was so bad that you all had to go out and get Sylvester Stallone to play Rambo to go back and fight the war again because you all got your asses handed to you. That's fact. That is facts. And I don't hear you all screaming about, well, Rambo, that's historically. I mean, get the fuck out of here with your bullshit. So
historic accuracy. Oh man, but listen, they say historic accuracy all the time, but the only time you hear them complain is when it's a woman on the cover, when it's a minority on the cover. If it's anybody except for some, I don't know, default character looking white male, it's a problem. It's a problem. I don't like this. I feel like they're trying to push an agenda. They put a black dude on the cover. I feel like they're trying to push an agenda. You don't remember that shit when the last Battlefield, when Battlefield 1 came out? They said they were trying to push an agenda with that shit too. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? What? Yeah. What is this?
Even though that was a historically accurate unit, the fight that you were in was historically accurate. Now, as far as the fight only taking you 20 minutes to beat the level, because that's what I saw online. Oh, I beat that level in 20 minutes. Oh, you suck. You're ass. You're a fraud. The actual battle took almost 7 days. You weren't so where was your historical accuracy? You didn't play for 7 days, So, I mean, that's the whole thing, man. Y'all are a bunch of simps. The ones that are complaining, 90%, you're right. They're just going to go buy it and play it. And I wasn't going to buy the game because I don't care. I mean, again, it's an EA game. I'm not buying EA games. I'm just going to buy Battlefield 5 to piss these white supremacists off. And I'm going to have an unboxing of it and everything.
I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy it. Not even necessarily to piss anybody off, but because Call of Duty kind of fucked up, and I'm not buying that this year. So
yeah,
get my shooter fix. I'm gonna get Battlefield. I mean, I was gonna get Battlefield regardless, but I mean, I'm really gonna get Battlefield now because I ain't touching Call of Duty, man. I'm gonna leave that for y'all, man.
Yeah, I mean that's what's funny. I mean, they didn't complain about Infinite Warfare when they were spaceships flying, they were doing hyperspace jumps. Where's your righteous indignation? I mean, they
were pissed about that one too. They were pissed about that too. Remember when that came out is when Battlefield 1 came out and people was like, oh, we wanted boots on the ground. We don't want this interstellar spaceship. You remember Infinite Warfare had a ton of dislikes the same way Battlefield got a ton of dislikes now.
Yeah, well, you're right. Yeah, I do remember them saying they wanted boots on the ground, which, I mean, you didn't fight. Yeah, like DJ Spartan God said, how do they know it's accurate when they weren't even there? I mean, so history there, and then people are saying, well, this is not what I learned in history, because you should know that you're only learning here's my word for the day, guys, vertical slice. You're only getting a little bit of the history. You want to know other stuff that happened in Germany? You have to go to Germany and listen to or talk to an actual German to find out what happened. Okay, so you want to find out history of the United States, you need to go to a Native American reservation and learn the history of the Americas, not this bullshit history that you're getting from Europe, because that's all straight up bullshit. So it's just, and you should know that by now. If you don't, you don't. And yeah, you have to learn it and take a test. You learn this president was shot at this time. This person did it. Oh yeah, that you got to learn that. You have to learn to take tests, but don't say you know history. Like I said, my average in history was 115%. I could have failed every test with a 0 and still gotten an A in that class. So, yeah, don't come to me about historical accuracies when you all don't know shit from Shinola.
Most people don't know their history anyway. They know the history that was told to them.
Yeah, you're being told. You're not going behind the words. And like I didn't understand the commercial about the PlayStation thing, taking shots. I mean, I just didn't see it. You know, I didn't go behind. Like, oh, okay, well, if they're saying the monster is akin to the beast is coming, and which the people did, I still trip on that shit. What beast is coming? So, this to me is funny.
The beast is coming. The beast is coming. Nah.
Yeah,
but that video was pure shots, though, Craig. That video was pure shots. I wish I knew who made that video, because I would definitely try to get an explanation of that video. Because, like I said, if you were to look at that video, right, you have no idea that video is a gaming commercial. You have no idea that that's a gaming commercial. So who was that commercial created for? Because it wasn't created to advertise much of anything.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because when I saw the commercial, I'm like, that's a gaming commercial. They didn't show nothing till the end, you know. But
not even at the end. What did they show? They showed nothing. They showed nothing relative to gaming. You didn't see a controller. You didn't see anything that was relative to gaming.
Yeah. Did they say break the weights though? Then they had their moniker at the end. So
let's see.
It may have, it may not have. I don't remember. Like I said, it was very subtle, and so
it was subtle, but it was created, I feel, so that they could deny everything. If anybody ever asked them, "Hey, is this what you're talking about?" No, I wasn't talking about that at all. But it's very clear what they're talking about. And again, like I said, how do you explain them making a commercial that's supposed to be about gaming that has nothing to do with gaming?
Yeah.
That is just interesting.
Yeah, they have total deniability.
Yep.
So yeah. But yeah, man. Well, I tell you what, you got anything you want to add? I got to go get this woman from work at 2:00. So I'm
absolutely. Shout out to all of these Xbox gamers out here, man. Go out there and support that console. We need more games to come to PC. So go buy all the games that they talk about. I don't care what it is. Make sure you buy those multiplats. Make sure you buy those multiplats. Make sure you buy those multiplats. All right. And the reason why I want y'all to go out and buy them multiplats, because we need for y'all to keep funding Microsoft, so Microsoft can keep saying, you know what, let's bring these over to PC. You know what I'm saying? So it's the circle of life over here. All right. Well, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, they're in a symbiotic relationship with PC. So, yeah. So, and if you are on the fence about the X, it is allegedly supposed to take a drop in price on Friday. I don't know. I've not seen anything being confirmed from Microsoft. I don't know if it was Jez Gordon or something came out of Xbox Wire. Again, nothing's been confirmed from Microsoft yet. So just wait till Friday. Games, what's it called? Days of Play for Sony. Yeah, that's so Gran Turismo is supposed to be 20. MLB The Show is supposed to be 20. I fully expect to see you all at least on one of those two. Horizon Zero Dawn, the complete edition. I think I saw it's going to go down to 29. I think right now it's $39.99. So you all want to check that out. There was a couple more games on there I saw, but there'll be sales all month long. Check out the E3 deals. Both Sony, Microsoft, and also Nintendo should throw some. They're going to throw a little.
Whoa, Craig, whoa. Hold on. What the fuck? Square Enix USA. What the? Wait, hold on. What?
Yeah. We got some breaking news.
Okay, oh shit. Yes. My boy Twisted Sin, he just posted something to Twitter that shows the schedule, the actual schedule for the conferences.
Yeah.
And it looks like Sony's conference is an hour. Microsoft's conference is 45 minutes. What the hell? What is this?
That's already wrong. That's already because has confirmed a 2-hour window.
No. They had to backtrack that. But if this is to be true, and I wish I could send you the link, but I'm on my phone. You know what? Let me see if I can find you the link on the actual Twitter. Oh man, this is crazy. What the hell is this? I would hope that this isn't true, because that don't make much sense.
We already know Sony is 10 minutes on these conferences now, so they're going to have one Thursday, one Friday, one Saturday, and one Sunday. So that's 40 minutes of theirs right there. So, but I think Sony will be out there for about an hour and 15 minutes plus what they're doing now. So I give them an hour and a half. So.
All right, I'm gonna post the link in the chat.
Yeah, go ahead.
In the actual, not the Hangout chat, but the actual chat on the thing. Hopefully, it actually posts. I don't know if you can put that up on the screen or whatever.
Yeah, it's up. Yeah.
Are you able to see it? Because I can't even see it from my end. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yeah, it's in the chat. So yeah, because you have to figure. I think they're going to talk to each developer for about 15 minutes and have actual gameplay, and then have them kind of explaining how everything's working. So I think you're going to be up there for 15 to 20 minutes with their big four. That's it. I mean, again, I've heard SOCOM, like everybody else. I heard SOCOM is there. I heard that a Siphon filter may be announced. So let's just have to wait. I mean, again, guys, we're what? We're 1, 2, 3. We're 4 or 5 days away. So we ain't got long. I mean, you don't have long.
Wow. I hope that is not true at all. I hope that is not true. I hope that is something fake that somebody just put together, because, they create a whole bunch of fake shit. But if that is true, 45 minutes after you said 2 hours, because I do remember them saying something about 2 hours or something like that. Oh, man. Woo. Going to be a lot of upset people out here. And that's still crazy, because PlayStation, their shit is only an hour and 15 minutes. What?
Yeah. I mean, again, it should not. I mean,
an hour. I'm sorry. It says an hour, but yeah.
Well, I mean, again, if I don't understand why that's a big deal, because they should only be there for like an hour and a half tops, because and that's just for anybody. I mean, goddamn, what are we looking at here? It's Sony's got 3 other big press conferences. Tokyo Gaming Show. As much as we downplay that in the West, that is huge over there. That is a big deal over there. People look forward to that all the time. There's the Game Developers Conference, which may be over. I'm not for sure when the GDC is. You have the PAX conferences. There's just, there's Gamescom. There's Paris Games Week. There's PSX. I mean, I think it's cool to speculate and get people excited and stuff like that. But I think you got too many people running like that's actually going to happen. Like last year's PSX is a perfect example of Sony coming out, literally telling people it's not going to be that big of a show. We don't have a whole lot to show you guys. We will make some general announcements. And that's came from Sony. Yet these people went online acting like, oh no, we're going to see this, we're going to see that. It's like, and then they got egg in their face. Right. It's like, well, it's you all's fault, because it's the same thing with Microsoft. What we said earlier to you guys. Matt Booty can say whatever he wants. Phil Spencer, his boss, said, quote, the Xbox is important, but it's not the priority right now. That's coming from Phil Spencer. So it doesn't matter what anybody else says, because he is the person in charge over there. So if he says it ain't important, then it ain't important. Right. It's not the focus. I'm sorry, it's not the focus right now. Whatever he said, it's important, but it's not the focus right now. So that means you ain't the focus. That's why they're making such a big deal about, like Six said, these studios, a studio that already makes games for them first party anyway. Wow, big deal. But to them, that is a big deal. To us, it's not that big a deal. It's kind of like, okay, well, weren't they just making games for you all anyway?
So, I don't know, man. E3 is one of the biggest conferences out there, man. I mean, and whether people, whether you like it or not, or whatever the case, that doesn't make a difference. I don't know, man. It seems like everybody is trying to shorten their presence at E3. So I don't know if there's some internal conflict or if it's just maybe some new rules in California, you know, where they actually hold the show or something like that. Maybe they have to limit the amount of time that they can have, you know, people out there like that or whatever the case may be. But I don't know, man. This ain't looking good, bro. 45 minutes? Like I don't remember the last time I seen a 45-minute conference, dog, at E3. I do not remember the last time I saw that. Usually the freaking pre-show is like 45 minutes to an hour. You know what I'm saying? So what is this?
Yeah. Well, again, it's I've said, yeah, I think it used to be something and everybody's grown up. And again, I was there. I mean, I had I remember back in the day with G4 and they were having 2 weeks of shows leading up to E3, so with major E3 coverage and games being announced and stuff like that. But just now it's not as big a deal. It's like Comic-Con with Hall H. Hall H used to be the place to be at Comic-Con. Like that's where all your big announcements are. That's where it didn't matter if it was Marvel, DC, or Fox having all their announcements come out. But now Marvel don't even go to Comic-Con. Like they don't go. So I mean, and that's because they don't have to, because they can use D23. They can have their own Marvel Expo, which they're going to start doing. And that doesn't mean that they won't have a presence at Comic-Con, but they will. But they won't. It'll be a smaller presence. I think that's what at least Sony is moving to, because they have 3 to 4 other major shows that they can actually show hardware, like at CSX, PAX, CSX. I mean, I ain't damage controlling for them.
Right.
It's just not. Now, if they have a hardware announcement, I would expect them to be out there for an hour and a half, because the one they did in 2013, that was an hour and 50 minutes, and that was with the PlayStation 4. So it's or it was something like that, maybe an hour. It wasn't that long, but I can't remember now. But it's people. I actually went back and watched it because I can't remember if it was Ryan the Professional who did that edit of it. And I'm like, well, maybe it wasn't as bad as for Microsoft as I thought. But when I saw what Sony did to him, the way he cut that and what Sony did to them, that was brutal. I could see why they've sold close to 80 million consoles now. And Microsoft is at 32 million, whatever they're at, 30 million. I can see why, because after that press conference doesn't seem that bad looking back, but when I just watched it again, oh yeah, this was terrible what happened to Microsoft. So,
well, here's the thing, right? Looking at what's going on, though, Craig, looking at the current state of things and the situation that did happen. I mean, how many people outside of the diehard fans are actually waiting on the next Xbox? Because, like, I'm not. I don't. It doesn't really matter what they showed to me. They showed me that they don't really give a damn about games. They care about games as a service. But I don't consider games as a service to be real games, because they're games that are designed to milk money from you. That's their core reason for being. So nah, I'm okay with that. But how many people do you think are really going to go from this generation to the next generation and be happy to pick up an Xbox?
Yeah, I mean, again, this is again, I can speak for myself. This is my last Xbox. I mean, I'm not even going. If I can get, like I said, if I can get $1 Game Pass thing, when I talk to this ambassador, if I can get $1 for live, I'm gonna keep it to July 4th. That's my Independence Day. I'm celebrating my own Independence Day. If I'm not dead or in jail or something like that, then I'll be boxing. I'll have a boxing show. So not an unboxing, a boxing show of my Xbox X.
Oh man.
So instead of be boxed up, and I'm selling it for $275, $300.
Right. Now you could get more than that for that. I mean, I wouldn't take that much for it. I mean, if I didn't get what I paid for it back, then I wouldn't have sold my Xbox. I mean, there's really no point in selling it to take less like that. Like if I can't get at least what I paid for it, or maybe $50 less, I wouldn't sell it. I really wouldn't sell it. It'll probably be more useful to you sitting on your shelf than you getting rid of it for like less than nothing, something next to nothing.
Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah. If I can break even, I'll be happy. But I should be able to get more. That's all I can say. And like if I can't get more, then I'll just it'll be here. But I may go ahead and get rid of it and get the Xbox One S because it does the same damn thing. It does the same thing. And this whole thing with 4K textures and all that stuff. And there's a handful of games that have the higher texture packs on them. I mean, again, and I'm not here to say they don't look good, but it's just not that huge of a difference, you know.
Right.
So.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. But yeah, no, I mean, my thing is I just want to know like what they're going to do. I mean, cause really, I think this generation is done. I'm convinced generation is over. This is it, you know, for Xbox. They're not really they're never catching up. That's just number one. They're never catching up. They're never closing a gap. You can't close a gap when you constantly losing on a month-to-month basis. Like, so they're not closing the gap. They might sell a little bit more, but the more they sell, the more Sony sell. You know what I'm saying? So it's been one of those things where the gap has only been widening since the Xbox One X release. But again, like I said, who's going to leave this generation with a good enough taste in their mouth to be like, you know what? I'm definitely going to invest in that Xbox console next time around because they promise games as a service games. Nobody is ever going to say that. People are going to leave this generation with The Last of Us 2 in the back of their mind. They're going to lead this generation with Ghost of Tsushima in the back of their mind. They're going to lead this generation with Spider-Man in the back of their mind. They're going to lead this generation with Death Stranding in the back of their mind. They're going to be like, shit, I'm getting me a PlayStation day one. I want to see how this PlayStation 5 going to look. If the PlayStation 4 look like this, shit, PlayStation 5 is going to be amazing. Like, I'm being serious. Like, I know people will take that as me being a pony, but that's literally what people are going to do. While motherfuckers are waiting for Crackdown to be that game to set the standard for Xbox, motherfuckers going to be looking at the games that's on PlayStation like, wow, how are they doing this? People are still wondering how games look better on the freaking base PlayStation than the freaking Xbox One X. They're literally looking at that and trying to figure out this shit doesn't compute. This is 1.8 teraflops. This ain't even the 4.2 teraflop supercharged machine. This is the 1.8 teraflop machine, and it's producing games that visually look better than shit that's on the Xbox One X.
Yeah, and shout out to Zaire because that's what he said. He said he ain't never seen a game, and I haven't either. I agree with him. I haven't seen a game on the Xbox, my Xbox X yet. Anyway, I know it made it. I might have my TV set up wrong. I thought I did a pretty good job with it, and I've got the MU 7000 series. I got the 10, whatever it is, HDR encryption, whatever you want to call it. I got a wide color gamut. And nothing looks as good as Horizon Zero Dawn that's on that Xbox. Nothing. Not Gears, not Halo. And it's not that those games don't look bad, but Horizon is just a league of its own at this point.
They look good in their own regard. They look good in their own regard. Like, I'm not taking anything away from Xbox games. The Xbox games that are out there, Forza looks phenomenal. Gears of War looks good, you know what I mean? But the thing is, though, no game should look better on the PlayStation than on the Xbox. At no point in time whatsoever on this new Xbox One X supercharged machine. Nothing should look better from the PlayStation side of things. That's how it should be. That's what you would think would happen, right? But then when you start seeing these games, it's just not computing. It's not adding up. It's not making sense. You're thinking to yourself, how in the hell did this happen? I mean, you can make up all the excuses in the world. You could say fake 4K. You could say trickery. You could say magic. You could say checkerboarding. You could say whatever the hell you want to say. What you can't say is that Sony was stupid and threw money in hardware where they could have done something different. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's wrong with checkerboarding when these checkerboarded games look better than your native games or your dynamically scaling games? You know what I'm saying?
Well, what makes it funny to me is like that Far Cry 3 game that they went back and remastered. It's 1440p on the X as well. And now that's okay. Before they were mocking it. Whereas it now.
Oh, man, they done sniped Craig.
Checkerboarded to 4K 30 on the X, and it's also going to be checkerboarded 4K on the now, let me make this clear. It's not running from as high a base resolution on the Pro, so it's not going to have that same pop when you blow it up 400%. But let's see what console it sells better on.
He said when you blow it up 400%. See,
well, whatever they do, and they're trying to say that, well, that's what Digital Foundry did. I keep on saying, you all, I just don't, realistically, these guys are like women. Because with a woman, you can take them factual evidence that here's what happened, here's exactly what happened, A, B, C. And then it's like they still want to argue. It's like, look, you keep saying that power is what was driving the narrative. If that's true, why has Xbox X, which is more powerful, not been able to outsell the PlayStation? Like, it's not close.
Hey, like, you know what though? I almost feel, Craig, I almost feel like even Microsoft didn't believe that shit, right? The reason why is go anywhere, bro. Go into any GameStop. You don't see an Xbox One X in there running at all. Like, they put TVs in GameStop, dog. I swear to you, every GameStop I go through, they have a TV, but they have no Xbox. I'm like, what the hell is this? How do you sell this hardware if you can't show somebody what the difference is?
Yeah, they weren't allowed at GameStop to show games running on the PlayStation Pro versus the Xbox until the X came out. Now they can show you the games running on the X, the S, if they have enough TVs. Like the GameStop I would go to, it has like 4 TVs or 5 because it's got one for the Nintendo. Where they're showing some of the Nintendo games. But now they show you the S and the, because I asked them, let me see Forza 7 on the X and the S. And yeah, there's a difference because you have more assets, but it's still the same game. It drives the exact same way. Garbage. It's still garbage, Yeah, Transformational Gaming said 1440p looks good. Yeah, I know it does. But it was mocked because by the Xbox community, just as Dynamic 4K was mocked and checkerboarding was mocked, it was called fake 4K. Now, I mean, that came out of the Xbox community. So where is their righteous indignation for the for the remastered version of Red Faction? Because it's 1800p checkerboarded to 4K. That's a reality for the Xbox. And don't think I was going to bring that up today, but I'm really trying to move out of that because, this whole thing of you guys are not going to pull your dick out on Sunday and then play victim on Monday. I'll just tuck that in my pocket. And when I hear one of you all getting out of control, I will slam you with it. I will slam you with it. So you all just don't, honestly, this is not towards you. The Xbox community just needs to shut up. Like, if they would shut up and just play the games, they would be okay. They would literally just be okay.
All the time, dude. They put their foot in their mouths all the time. Yeah. And I'm just looking like, dude, show me one game that looks better than Detroit. Just one. I just need one on the Xbox that looks better than Detroit. Just one. Just one. I'm like, dude, you got some crazy ass dude. I forgot what his name is. I think it's Infurious One or something like that. This dude running around with he's running around with JPEGs. I mean, not JPEGs, like a GIF of Quantum Break talking about something. This is the most realistic facial animations and shit. I'm like, no, it's not. It's not. It really isn't.
Doesn't look as good as Until Dawn. I mean, Until Dawn. And also the other launch game that they had for PlayStation, The Order.
The Order 1886 looks freaking phenomenal, man.
Yeah, that looks phenomenal. So, I mean, it's not that Quantum Break looks bad. It's just shut up. I mean, here's my thing on Quantum Break. What difference does it make how good it looked when you sad sacks of sap did not go buy it? You all didn't buy the game. I mean, so quit talking about what games look like when you don't buy them. And I'm talking about, you may have bought them personally, but as soon as you put yourself with these other dudes that didn't, you're going to get slammed. I mean, eventually, when you're going to learn that? You're going to walk outside your door and you're going to get tired of getting hit by a red brick. And if somebody says, hey, look, if you just shut up, I won't hit you with this brick. Eventually, you're going to shut up. because a lot of them had. They're trying to say that, well, you don't hear the Sony people talking about power anymore. So, yeah, there's no reason for us to talk, please. I mean, the power didn't matter. I mean, they talk about Red Dead Redemption. I know you want to get in here. I'll just say this. Red Dead Redemption is going to look better on the Xbox. Well, it should. The Xbox is more powerful. What's it going to sell better on? That's the number that counts, not the pixels, not the density, not the draw distance. It's how much money is Rockstar going to get from Microsoft. Let's see who cuts them the biggest check at the end of each month. Then you come talk to me. Go ahead, brother.
Oh, I wasn't saying nothing. I wasn't.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't waiting to jump in, dude. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I wasn't actually waiting to say it. I was listening to what you were saying. But I guess I can jump in about the whole Red Dead Redemption thing. Yeah, you're not gonna get a much better picture from Red Dead Redemption on the PlayStation 4 Pro versus the Xbox One X. So they can probably sit that down to rest. They see what happened with Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Call of Duty World War II? Yeah. All right, go for it.
Yeah, that sold better, and the Digital Foundry was. And somebody said, well, Call of Duty World War II looks better on the Xbox. That's it. Based on who? They said Digital Foundry. I said, here's their article, and that's after the patch. That's post patch of your. Here's what they said. They said no visible difference.
Yep. Here's the thing. This is what I don't understand. Like, people who know nothing about technology, and I don't even get into I don't even get into the back and forth about technology, because I know they don't know anything that they're talking about, because anytime you ask them where they're getting the information from, they say Digital Foundry. And I'm just like, okay, so if Digital Foundry wasn't here, then how would you get your information? You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know that anything is different. You're only going by, you use Digital Foundry as a confirmation, for whatever it is that you purchase. I mean, even though you can't see it, even though they have to zoom in 300-400% just to show you the difference, what are you getting out of this situation? I mean, again, they put emphasis on power, but power was never the defining factor. It was never the determining factor. Here's the thing. Microsoft fucked up. If Microsoft didn't try to be cheap and put that ESRAM in there and just went with GDDR5, there wouldn't have been such a huge difference between the Xbox and the PlayStation. Microsoft fucked up. It ain't that Sony fucked up. Microsoft fucked up. Yeah. They went the cheap route because they weren't planning on doing a gaming console. They wanted a console for TV and services and gaming second. And that's what y'all got. And that's what the people saw when they saw these games.
Yeah, and another thing they saw was the price. I mean, I remember being in Best Buy, not on Black Friday, but on that Saturday. And of course, it's still slam. And I remember some woman, very nice, so like she was about 47 years old, was in there, and this was in 2013. Was like, what is the difference between the Xbox and the PlayStation? And the guy just said, well, they both play movies, they both play video games, they both have apps on them. And then she said, well, why is one $500 and the other one's $399 or $499, $399? And he was just like, well, we're not controlling that price. And she said, well, if they both do the same thing, I'll get him the one that's cheaper. And because they both, now the Xbox did come with more stuff. It did come with a headset. Okay.
PlayStation did too.
Come on. That earpiece was trash. Come on. That hurt my face.
It was. But the Xbox headset was trash as well. It was just an over-the-ear thing instead of an inside-the-earbud. But they both was equally trash.
Yeah. So, yeah, Spartan Guy said $100. $100 is $100. That buys mommy and daddy something else later on that shopping spree that she's on. She probably, the kid gets a gaming system, and then mommy has $100 to go to the Victoria's Secrets, wherever she's got to go. So, it's just, or out to eat out to lunch. So it is what it is. But ultimately, it was the price. So, and don't let people confuse you all with anything else. It was price point.
Oh, no. It definitely was price. Because I know a lot of people who was, thinking, what am I going to get? Am I going to get this or am I going to get that? And they were just like, I can't see why I'm paying $500 for this Xbox. And it's coming with a camera that I don't even want. I mean, you got a lot of people. You got a lot of people who wear tinfoil hats, Craig, and they think that everybody is trying to watch them at every given time. So a lot of people didn't want that camera because they thought the camera was spying on them, and then it didn't. It didn't make things better that the media was putting shit out there saying that the camera would be spying on you and shit like that. So, a lot of things.
Well, they are spying if part of their protocol. But let me ask you: how would they have checked the protocol of the Xbox having to check in every 24 hours? That's almost spying.
Well, it would validate over a server, so that you don't have to necessarily have somebody there to know that you're doing it. But I mean, there's ways for you to validate whether somebody logged in, and they document when people log in and log out. So that's definitely something I know for a fact that's being done. But as far as the camera, though, they said that the camera would be recording shit even though the system is off or in a standby state. So that was something that was crazy. But again, all of that to me is just tinfoil hat stuff. I mean, it could be absolutely true, and maybe I'm the one that's a fool, for thinking who the fuck will waste their time. But maybe that is a real thing.
Could be. All right, man. We're gonna get on up out of here, and so yeah, like I said, go ahead and shout yourself out again, bro. Y'all need to hit that like button. There's like 44 people in here. There's only like 23 likes, so y'all gotta be gracious and hit that like button. So
my show 50 over here. Maybe my shit.
Oh yeah, it just went to 50. Okay, yeah. So okay. I got 3 dislikes, so that's good. I like that. That's good. Don't hit it because it helps soothe my ego.
Absolutely, man. But yeah, this your boy Penn from Sick Humor TV, man. It's always good hanging out with you, Craig, man. And I definitely did enjoy this when I was in the middle of playing Ori and the Blind Forest. I was like, oh shit, is it 12 yet? Oh fuck, let me get over here to Craig channel real quick. But yeah, no. Shout out to everybody who came through, man. Shout out to Twisted Sin. Shout out to Thomas Hand, Savage Uger, Scotty Savage, all of the homies in the chat, man. Shout out to y'all, bruh. But if you ain't a homie from the Sick Humor Brigade, bruh, please go on over to the channel and hit that subscribe button. You might also want to hit that bell button so that you can get the notifications when I go live, because I go live all the time, and it's very random times. Sometimes it might be 7 a.m. in the morning. Sometimes it may be 2 a.m. in the morning. Sometimes it may be 12 in the evening. I mean, it might be 6 in the evening. Who knows? Whenever I'm sitting there and I have that inkling to go live, or if I just want to say something, then I go live.
Facts. Yeah, Sick was on this morning. I got up to make breakfast, and Sick was already on. I'm like, damn.
Man, I was sitting there. I ain't even, to be honest with you, Craig, I ain't know nobody was going to show up to that live stream this morning, bro, because it was so early. I was like, man, people probably still sleep and shit like that. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it anyway. Whoever show up, they show up. And whoever don't, they can watch it later.
Yeah. And check me out later on, guys. Because I'm a break away from Knights of the Old Republic. I do have my my lightsabers now. So, I got him going. But yeah, that game's stuck in 4.3. That's terrible. That's all. I just gotta leave it there. I mean, again, I'm glad I'm playing it again. It is because as a Star Wars fan, I feel that old ghoul coming out. I'm really enjoying it. But the way the game looks, I'm playing it in spite of that. That's all I can say to people, man. I can't get it to go out of the 4.3 format. I emailed Aaron Greenbeard, and he still ain't emailed me back. So maybe one of these ambassadors can help me out because they work for free, but yeah, but I would be streaming XCOM 2 just to let everybody kind of see what it's about, because a lot of people may not have played it or they may not understand what it's about. So I'll be streaming that here about 3:30 because I am going to play a little more with this because I got dueling lightsabers. So I'm good with that. I like my dueling lightsabers. Everybody's like, well, you should get the double bladed lightsaber. It's like, no, I don't need that. So
hey, I can't wait until E3, bruh. I cannot wait until E3. Dog. This shit is gonna be so lit. It's gonna be so damn stupid, bruh. I mean, if these times was correct that Twisted Sin posted from Reset Era, bruh, 45 minutes for Microsoft show, an hour for Sony show, bro. I'm gonna be like, what the hell is, bro? What are you gonna show in 45 minutes, dog? It gotta be wrong, bro. I'm gonna take that as that is fake. That is not true. That is not from a reputable source, because there is no way in hell that Microsoft is doing a 45-minute show. That's I can't believe that. I can't rock with that. But anyway, I'm gonna let you get up out of here, Craig. I know you got some shit to do.
Well, yeah, and I know on Friday I'll know exactly what's being shown Friday night, because like I said, we're all gonna go watch this dinosaur movie. So we'll go out and do that. We'll talk a little bit about E3. So, but because again, they've got all that stuff printed up already at the GameStops and the Best Buys, because you can go put that stuff on reserve Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. When they had their press, as soon as you have the press conferences in, bam, the games can be reserved. So,
you know what? I didn't even think about that. I'm gonna hit up Vidiot, because I think he's a manager at a GameStop or something like that. So I'm gonna hit him up and see if he got any information on the SKUs, the new SKUs that came in. All right, that's what's up. Hey, Ian, hit me up on Twitter, man. I'm gonna hit you up on the Xbox app. I'm gonna play State of Decay 2, and I'm gonna send you an invite. So if you still in here, Ian, hit me up on Twitter. Let me know that you down to hit up the State of Decay 2, and we can run through that. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I need to play that again just to see the patches. I got stuck in a sink, not once but twice. So hopefully
if you're trying to join, let me know. I'm pretty sure we'll have open. I'm pretty sure we'll have open slots or whatever. Anyway. So
if I'm playing Knights of the Old Republic, if you see that, because that's what I'll be doing until, like I said, till about 3:30. Then I'm gonna jump on that PlayStation and play that XCOM and try to play that, see what that's all about. Make sure it runs good. So, but I heard your thing on H1Z1. I played that the other day with Trey BK and a couple other people. That was actually okay. I just like that green smoke, because it was free smoke that they put in that game. So, and how the map condensed, and so we were trying to always get to the area where and finally it was just this little teeny blue circle, and everybody was there. It was like it was all over there just shooting each other. It was so that was fun for a little bit, But
H1Z1 it's a cool game, man. I'm not into battle royale games like that. I just figured I chalk it up to that, because I played another game, Craig. It's called Realm Royale. And it's another battle royale game that's on Steam or whatever. And you can literally freaking conjure up horses and shit, and you start riding horses, and you got these knives, and you could choose your different classes and stuff. I mean, it's a much better battle royale game to me than the basic battle royale games that we got out now. But I think it's just that I'm not really into battle royale games like that. I think that's really what it is.
Well, I feel because I just wanted to see what it was all about. But I mean, I don't know what. Like I said, people were mocking me. Halo Storm said I mocked PUBG, but I played H1Z1. I'm like, I said I mocked PUBG because it's called PUBG. That's it. That's enough. That's enough for me not to play. Now H1Z1, because it was free and because everybody was talking about it, like, well, I'll just see what it's all about. So I played for a couple hours. It wasn't bad.
Right.
So it wasn't bad. I guess it running at 60 frames per second is a big deal. So
it definitely is. It's much more user friendly, man. At 60, I mean, that's the same thing with Fortnite. Fortnite plays a hell of a lot better because it runs at 60. When it was running at 30, it was all right, but it just wasn't very responsive. But H1Z1 definitely runs better than PUBG. I mean, I don't like the fact that when you hit somebody with a car, it doesn't actually damage them. Like, I think that's bullshit. If I run into you with a car, you should die.
Yeah. Well, I just liked it because there were police cars. We were blowing the hell out of the police cars just for the hell of it, because they were police cars. But but it was fun. It was an okay game. It was, and again, it wasn't just. I guess we were in there as a team, and I don't know if you can do that on PUBG. If you can go in there as a team, and then it will link you up to other. So I thought that was actually pretty cool. I mean, if I were just running around by myself, I'd be like, this is retarded. Because that's what we did on Ghost Recon back in the 90s. You just ran around and we were shooting each other. And that was like back when we were connecting out at 28.8. And I remember I got my first computer that connected out at 32. And I thought I was the man. Like, oh, this is so fast. This is fantastic. And how fast I can download America Online, you know. So, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you're trying to get on H1Z1, man, I'll re-download it and we can hop on that. We can run that H1Z1. I mean, it's up to y'all really, man. I ain't really got much else. You know what I'm saying? I go to work tonight at like 8, so I'm trying to get in whatever I can do before that time. So whatever y'all trying to jump on, we can jump on it. But I got to get the hell up out of here because I got to go and piss. So I'm about to slide up out of here. Craig, thank you for the invite.
And thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us, Sick. That's Sick Humor, ladies and gentlemen. Go check him out. And yeah, we're about to bounce out of here. This is Craig Harris, the black man in the green chair on the big blue planet, ball Earth. And you all, big shout out to everybody in Australia, everybody, New Zealand, Germany, England, Greenland, Italy, man, everybody from around the world. It's like an international love zone. Like I said, Brazil, got subs in Brazil, got subs in Canada, Mexico, you know, speaking of Vietnam earlier, got subs in Thailand. So shout out to everybody. You all have a good day. And let's keep it gaming, y'all. Like I said, I'm going to be streaming XCOM 2 here in another hour and a half on that PlayStation. So, but I'm going to go ahead and throw my lightsaber around on this 720p dark version of Knights of the Old Republic on 4.3 format. It looks like garbage, but it's still waxing nostalgia. So you all take it easy. You all stay blessed. Keep it gaming. Peace.